Welcome everybody to the 5-element spring equinox flow today. We're going to start with our feet hip width apart and raise our arms up and stretch them ever so slightly, starting off with a wood-based move to welcome in future planning and growth as we embrace spring ahead of us now. So I'd like to encourage you to not only take a breath in and out as you go through this move, but also to plant an intention for the session or the season or even the year ahead. Perhaps it's something that you would like to achieve or a goal you have in mind. All right, wood feeds fire, so let's rub our hands together, generate some heat, and we're going to move that heat out and in and fuel our intention that we've just set. So we can breathe in and out, in and out. All right, let's bring that circle out in front of us with one hand down, move gently to one side, and then switch hands and move to the other side. And this is the first of 3 earth-based moves that we have today in the session. So you can ground down in your knees, bend them ever so slightly, and feel your feet grounding through the earth as we ground that intention in here for spring. And you can breathe in as you move in one direction and breathe out as you move the other way. All right, let's move one foot back and move our hands around here as we grind tofu and really plant that intention of ours into the earth, into the ground. You can breathe in during one half of the motion and breathe out during the second half of the motion. And because Earth is all about balance, let's move the other foot back now and move in the opposite direction with our hands here. Still remembering to ground down into the earth. All right, let's bring our feet together and our hands together. Take a few deep breaths in. Think of what's been holding you back in the previous season of life. And now it's time to shed the snake skin, shed that negative energy that's no longer serving us anymore. So let's let it out with a big sigh of relief. And now as we scoop up fresh energy for the year ahead, we can bring that energy to our heart center and ground that down. Let's do that again. Release what no longer serves us and open up to the possibilities ahead of us. Nurture that energy, bring that in close to us and ground that through our bodies. Now we'll do this a bit differently. Bring our hands to our heads here. Let's clear any mental energy that's not been serving us. back to our heads, but this time to bring in the new fresh energy and wash that through our bodies. Shake that out a little bit. So now we're up to the metal element here. We're going to take a big breath in and a big breath out, or you can even vocalize as you push your hands out. So breathe in with your fists together and out. In and out. And the metal element helps us bring structure and clarity to our intention. And now we're moving on to the water element to help everything flow as it should. Make sure you hit this point at the back here ever so slightly at the base of your ribs to unblock any energy that's not flowing right as it should, as it could. We want to store all this energy now that we've circulated and built up through this session, and make sure everything flows as it can, so it's no longer scattered energy but stored and contained within, so we can adequately water our intention for the year ahead. Now let's integrate everything that we've done today. You can breathe out on the way down and in as your arm rises. We're honoring earth, energy, and sky here, and all the elements today that we've gone through. So now let's think of that intention that we planted in the beginning, and think of the energy that we've built up today to help us flourish with that intention. And take a few deep breaths here as well. Let's ground that energy through our bellies, through our body center. And then we will eventually take a big breath in and release with a sigh. Thank you so much for today.